Hey everybody, this is that makeup, the beginning of the session, which I forgot to hit record. I was too darn excited, just too darn excited. We're done with the book, but the book should be used as a reference guide. Everything you did in the book, you can use somewhere else. Everything you did in the book. Oh, remember I did in the book? How did I do that? Just look in the book. Use the book as a reference. Use Google as a reference. Use YouTube as a reference. Use me as a reference. We're going to step out and we're going to start doing new things. If you watched video, I think it's 10.2, that has the two other assignments. The assignment where we talk about little miniature people in a world, and we're talking about making sure we have lighting correct. We have perspective correct. Perspective? Is that the right word? It's not. Perspective. Yeah, that's the right word. Yeah. Convergence, perspective, lighting, perspective, sizing, shadows, reflections, all those need to come into play to make it look like what? What do I always tell you? Photoshop should never look like it's been photoshopped. We want people to look at something and be like, what? That's amazing. And so what I'm going to go over here with you is just this first one that I missed, advertising placement. Now, some of this is on you. You are, and I went through this tirade that I'm not going to go through today that I did at the beginning of class about you are stepping in the world of professionalism. And what I'm asking you to do is find 5 photos online or take your own of different scenes with buildings, walls, doorways, interiors, public spaces, windows, etc. And then you're going to make all the images the same size using the proper Photoshop tools. I want them all the same size. Why is this? Well, you may work for an editor. You may work for an advertising agency. You may work for a marketing agency. And they're going to come to you as a photographer and say to you, we have this advertisement. We need to show the client our advertisement placed in 5 different locations around the city. Can you mock those up? And they all need to be the exact same size. That could be your entire creative brief. So you need to make sure you get all the parts correct. They didn't say what size, but every image needs to be the exact same size. You're picking that, you do it. Every image is the exact same size, width and height, DPI. And because we're professionals and you're photographers, you never squish, squash, distort the base image. We just don't. Now you're going to say, Joel, but you're going to distort an image today when placing it. Well, I'm distorting it in the guise of hiding it within an environment. I'm not taking a photo of somebody and squishing their face and then publishing it and saying this is a photo of somebody, or taking anything and smushing it and then sending it off and being like, this is what you asked for, and be like, no, I did not ask for a short city because you sent me a squashed picture of a city. I want it realistic. So all these do come into play. But what are you going to do today? You need to place an advertisement. I want you to pick a poster from your favorite band, from your favorite concert, from your favorite festival, from your favorite one, just somewhere, movie. I don't care. It's just you're going to be looking at it for a while. So it should be something you enjoy. What's my poster, you say? My favorite brand is called Rocket from the Crypt. I own this poster. This isn't my poster. I got this back in the day when I was a cool art director in the entertainment business. I was able to procure one of these posters from 2001. Signed and numbered. I should look at that one. I don't know what mine's numbered is. I should look at it. But I love it. I'm going to pick this poster. But before I pick it, I'm checking my size. 1,000, almost 2,000 by 2,500 pixels. Perfect. What should you never look for? 500 and under. It should be like 1,000 plus always. How do you do that? First, I'm going to download this image so I don't lose it. Save image as. I'm just going to save it to my desktop because this is the only thing I'm doing with you guys today. Desktop. Save. Now, when I'm looking and I typed in Rocket from the Crypt posters and I hit search, I'm also going to hit images. And then I'm also under tools going to go to size and large. And what that's going to do is it's just going to immediately rule out anything smaller. So I can go through these and be like, I love Rancid too. How big is this? 860 by 1002. This may work. I could be happy with that. With this one. 900 by 1200. I can be happy about that. Okay, we got a Halloween one. Almost 2000 by 2500. Perfect sizing, because the bigger it is, the more room I have to play with it. Awesome. Second one, I'm not a photographer. You are. Go out, take photos. And when I say photos, we're going to be placing our images respectfully and proportionately into the cityscape. This is my poster. It's tall and skinny. That would not fit here, would it? This is short and wide. So I have to look when I am perusing my imagery or going out and shooting a couple scenes. I need a standard for me portrait size space into which when I place my poster, it will not look really distorted. I won't be bothered by things being too wide. So absolutely not this one. These actually are too skinny. This is probably a spot on size, but I don't like the glow. I had one here. What I'm going to do is I downloaded this image and I'm going to place my poster on top of I'm going to do it on this one right here. And maybe I'll do this one down here just for some fun. I want you to think too. There are these awesome ones where a shadow goes across. You could see this split here. I'll try to do it. I'll do one with a shadow first. And then I'll do, because that's straight on, but I also want to just show you quickly how to do an angle using that tool. So I'll do shadow and angle. And I think it'll be a little bit quick. I like to talk and I get super excited. I start drowning out, but let me tell you, today's a busy day. I got 3 other lectures to do today. I got administrative work, crab, hey. And I forgot to record. It was my fault. So let's do it to it. I'm going to open up Photoshop. I got to download that one. I think I did. Okay. Let's do shadow first. Photoshop. I'm going to go to open. The one should be in my downloads, and I cleaned up my downloads, and I think it's this one. Looking at that thumbnail. Should make my thumbnails bigger. Boom. I'm not going to do the resizing part. That's up to you guys, all right? That resize, where I was, oh God, this is going to be so easy on this one. It'll blow your mind. This is like a one-stop shop. The reason why is because these are already white. And then so all I need to do is place my image and hit multiply. I don't have to put a shadow on top. But what we're talking about, what I'm talking about is adding shadows, and I'll show you. I'll do it just to show you, but this is amazingly easy. So then I'm going to file open. Actually, why did I just do this? I'm going to save this up. File. I'm going to place embed. Place embedded. And I'm going to go to the desktop. And I'm going to find my image. Right there. Place. Perfect. Not perfect. I got to crop it out. I got some white. It's got a little warp to it. And I'm going to crop it. But for this one on the cropping, I'm just going to use the marquee tool. And I'm coming in from the edge. And I'm just going to hit delete. Oh, okay. I got to change this. So I got to rasterize this first. I do this all the time. You're like, one thing, it tells you to do something. You're like, oh, frick, I forgot to rasterize it. Big deal. Just go and rasterize it. Don't let it stop you. I just hate that they put rasterize last. And now, delete. Got a little white at the top. Delete. Got a little white on the sides. And I'm going to make that size on the sides like the exact same. And I'm going to come up from the bottom a little bit. Just kind of squaring it off. Looks great. And then I'm going to size it, and it needs to go in there. But then I'm going to have to blur it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go from the corner. And I'm going to place it in there. And I'm going to go from the corner. And I'm looking on that edge right there. It's like poster to poster. Now this one, for the sake, I'm going to stretch it. I'm going to stretch. I'm going to say like to it. I'm going to look first. I'm going to hold down shift because I'm going to distort it. And I'm going to do that. And I'm going to say, in the relative scheme of things, I do not mind that amount of stretch. I think it's getawayable. This is not allowable, right? I'm going to say I tweaked it. Between me and you, I tweaked it. This is not done. It's glowing. It's glaring. It's too bright. So first thing I'm going to do is just go to normal. And I'm going to go through these. I mean, multiply right there. Like, just like leave it alone. Like, let's take off those transform controls. Now I'm looking at it. And I want to mess with it a little bit more. First thing I'd like to do is go to filter, blur, and a Gaussian blur. And I want it to become part of the city. It shouldn't be super, super clean. Even though things are really in focus, if everything's in focus, it's like, I want this to just kind of like be blended in, that you're like, oh yeah, oh, I see it. All right. Now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do my thing. My favorite one that I always go to is curves. Why is that? I have no clue. It was like the first one I discovered that I'm like, I like the way I can control things with this. And I just always go to it. And I think that's going to be the way with all Photoshop tools. You get your go-to ones. And then somebody's be like, do you know you could do that with this? And you're like, and you try it out and you're like, yeah, but I can still do the same thing with this. Like, I feel like levels, brightness and contrast, levels and curves are almost, to me, can all do the same thing. And I'm horrible with the camera. And so when it comes to exposure, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm going to hit curves. And I'm going to make sure that way down below, I'm going to hit that. I'm going to hit my mask. You're telling me it's called a mask. All right. And then I'm just going to, first, I'm going to crank one. I need to see what I've got going here. And I'm going to crank it around. And I think I want it just a little bit bright, like almost washed out. I want it to wash out in that bright light. And actually, I think I'm kind of happy with that. Wait. No, I don't like that. But anything, I want it like a little bit, yeah, like washy wash. See that? Like that bright is like washing out the colors, but it's less washed out than here. And I could be done with that. Now you're like, well, Joel, what if there's a photo on it? Well, let's do that. I'm gonna multiply this. And I'm going to pull this up here. Turn this off. And then I want the multiply off. Normal. Okay, first thing, if I hide this, I got an angle. And it's just a brush. And so all I want to do is recreate this with this angle. So I am going to do this. I'm going to create a box. And you know what? Sometimes, how do you know how to do that? I'm making this up as I go. There's no rule. But I need to make this dark area. And so I'm going to take my eyedrop tool. I'm going to take like a general like reading, like right here. And And now I take my paintbrush. I'm going to go up. I have a different set of brushes. I want soft round. I want the hardness at 0. I'm going to check my size. Oh, because I need to be on a new layer. Check my size. My size needs to be bigger. I'm looking for like the size of that so I can like paint. Oops, that's wrong. I want it bigger. See that little line there? I'm gonna check. Oh, my flow. I'm gonna put my flow at 100. Always look at these weird things. Smoothing 100. Right? That's pretty good. Now, can I do shift there? So what I did is I clicked once, I held down shift, and I clicked up there. And then for the rest of this, I can just fill it in. This is just therapy. Just like it did. I'll be done in 25 minutes. All right, we got that? Got that? All right. Background, image, shadow, deselect. Now all I have to do on the shadow one is start doing some stuff, like darken, multiply, done. We'll go up and we'll fix that dark edge. We'll clean that up. We'll make it a little bigger, clean it up. We'll zoom out. That's it, right? I'm fooled. I just put a dark box on top with multiply. But let's clean up those edges. Sloppy work. Well, you photoshopped that. I can see the artifacts all around it. Yes, you can. So my show transform control. I got to pull it. So I'm going to hold down shift. Just beyond. Just beyond. It's all good. Hit that. Take my marquee tool. I got to take this because then I can just go 1. I got to make sure I don't go too tight. I'd rather have just like a slight black line than a blue line showing. And then delete, back off. And there you got a shadow. File. Thank you very much. I hear the applause. I'm going to open up that second one. Open. I got an angle. I'm just going to put a poster right here. I'm going to grab this. I got this one open and it's already cropped, right? Cancel. All right. Enough of me not talking. I was just transferring the image from one to another. Is there a great way to do it? No, sometimes I just mess around until it's done. All right, my favorite tool. It's called Free Transform. And the second favorite tool is Distort. I'm just going to take this image, right? I've got it in there. I'm going to go to Edit, Transform, Distort. Scale. All that does is scale it. Rotate, it just rotate. No big deal. Skew really messes with things. In perspective, I can never get it to work. So I use Distort. Why? Because all you have to do is grab corners. I'm just going to match corners. There's a corner of a poster there and a corner of my poster there. There's a corner of a poster there. The corner of my poster goes there. The corner of the poster goes there. The corner of my poster goes here. It is now in perspective using that. Now, you may have seen a little warp. Should we try the warp? Without me hitting that button. This is still in distort mode. I can double up on the distort now. So I can go to transform and now I can go to warp. And now I can drag these edges and like be like, push that in, suck that in a little bit. Not really doing much. It's such a little bit of a warp. But look, but just even that little whoop, whoop, it's good. I'll keep it at that. That's all I needed. Look at that. Just got that little flare. I'm going to back out. I'm going to turn off my show transform controls, and I'm going to look at it and be like, I think my darks are too dark. Go to here. Go to curves. Make sure my curves are set on the one level. And then bring up the blacks. There you go. It's out in the sun. There you go. Maybe do my Gaussian blur filter. Blur. If you go back and you repeat this one, all it's going to do is put the same settings you did last time. That's why I don't ever go back, because I rarely like want to just repeat what I've done. So I'm going to go here and just want to look again. This maybe even need just like a little less blur, like 0.07. Okay, there you go. Look at that beauty. All right, thank you very much. Sorry I didn't record the beginning of this. Questions, comments, concerns, you know how to get a hold of me. I'm more than happy to help. All right, take care. Talk to you on Wednesday.